Okay, so here we have the bow that's involved in the bow drill fire starting kit. What you're going to want to find is a piece of green wood, so you can break it off of a growing tree or something. You're going to want it to be about the length of your arm. It can be a little bit shorter. It can be from your elbow to the tip of your fingers. Anything longer is going to be a little bit more difficult to work with. One thing you're going to want with your bow, you're going to want it to be either straight or slightly curved. As you can see, this is slightly curved this way, and that just helps when you're trying to actually start the fire. You're going to want to attach a string to it. Preferably it's going to be cotton, not nylon. Nylon can melt. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to split one end. It's kind of hard to see, but you're going to want to split one end and tie a knot, and then you're just going to slide it through, and that will get locked in place so that you can bring it over and tie it off at the other end. Alright, here we have the spindle apparatus of the bow drill fire starting kit. And the way that you make the spindle is you're going to take a dry piece of straight grained wood, straight grain meaning that it's all going in the same direction, and with the pocket knife you're just going to sharpen off the ends a little bit so that they come to points, and that enables it to spin more freely when we're actually going to make the fire. So this is the part that's going to, like using friction, it's going to make the coal that we're going to use to start the fire. Okay, so here we have the baseboard that you're going to use to actually start the fire. So what you want for the baseboard is you want a relatively straight piece of wood. You want it to be dry, and it needs to be about a foot long and roughly an inch thick. So what you're going to do is you're going to, using the spindle apparatus, you're going to push it in and just start spinning it, and this is what's going to be creating the coal. The coal will be coming from this. On top of that, you're going to be pushing down on the spindle using either a top rock, or you can use another board like I'm using, and that's just to help keep pressure on so there's enough friction. Alright, so to start the actual fire using your bow drill fire starting kit, you're going to want to lay down your little coal catcher. In this case we're using cardboard. Then you're going to want to place your baseboard down. As you can see, we've already started forming a hole. And so how you're going to use the baseboard is you're going to place your left foot relatively close to the hole of where you're going to be placing the spindle. In order to secure it, you're going to place your right leg in line with your left foot. The next step is to secure the spindle in the bow. As you can see, we have a little bit of slack in the line, and that's perfect. You don't want it too tight, otherwise you won't be able to get the spindle in. And so you're just going to wrap it and give it a good twist. It's going to want to pop out, so you're just going to hold it in place. Now you're going to place one end of the spindle in the hole, or if you're just starting out, you can pick a place on the board where you want to start making a little hole. We've got our top piece here. In this case, I'm using a piece of wood, and as you can see, I've already made some holes in that as well, just from the pressure. Okay, so the next step, now that you've got it completely assembled, is you're going to want to rest your arm on your leg. This helps to just keep pressure on the board without it being all wobbly. The initial step, when you don't have a hole like we've already made previously, is you're just going to pick a spot on your baseboard that you want to start making a hole. You're just going to start slowly drilling into that position, putting pressure right on that spot. And you're just going to slowly keep doing this. It might take a little while before it really starts getting in there. So once you've got it good enough, you can really start giving it a lot more energy.
As you can see as he does this, there's smoke that's beginning to come from the hole. And as you continue, you can see that the dust that is being created gets darker and darker. And as you continue to do this, you can look inside there and see that your dust is getting dark. It gets more and more burned. It will eventually turn black and be hot enough to light your fire.
Okay, as you can see, we finally have some coals. Some of the dust is smoking, and so this is when we're going to want to try and actually put it onto the tinder and get a fire going.